Comrades, where y'all at? Where my lieutenant? All right, y'all. Okay. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? What is today? Today's Saturday. Sometimes I don't even know the days of the week. Time is a blur when you're working and you're busy. So for those of you who happen to stumble upon my page, my channel for the first time, I call myself Salkis Ray. I am an artist, an author, a poet, relationship expert, a spiritual advisor, medicine woman, life coach, all that. I think I said that. And I am the founder and what I call myself the ambassador because I just like the way it sounds. It sounds so serious. I'm the ambassador and the founder of the Ugly Girls Club. And it's a coalition of small group of women who are divesting from being quantified solely on the basis of how we look. We're not making decisions and we're not making self-evaluations and determinations of our worth based on who thinks we're attractive and who doesn't. That's what we're divesting from. We're not divesting from black men. You know, this is not a channel. If you're looking for a channel that's going to support your swirl habit, this would not be the home for you. I don't condemn it. I have clients who are interracially dating, and I support whatever any woman feels she has to do. But because I'm a black woman, a dark-skinned woman, a nappy-headed woman, some of y'all think I've hit the wall or whatever it is, you have predetermined what you think I should be in support of. And I'm here to tell you that I think for myself. And I've come to some conclusions based on my own experiences and how I evaluate and see the world as to what I feel is viable for us as a collective. I have my opinions. And it's just not, I don't go along to get along with what everyone else is doing. And a lot of you women come to me asking why I am in support of black men, being a dark-skinned woman myself, and knowing that you guys, you women get excited to tell me how black men don't want women like me. You know, I think you get wet all in the crotch when you come here making statements like that. It excites you. You don't say it out of concern, you say it out of excitement, actually. And I make note of these things here. I make note of all of that here. And this channel is not, it's not your typical channel. I don't talk about, I don't blame men. I don't put sole blame on men for the demise of black love and black relationships. And furthermore, I more focus on our pathologies as women. I put a lot of the blame on us and what we choose to do and agree with and get along with and cover up and that sort of thing. And a lot of women don't like that because It's easier to accept, blaming men for our results rather than taking responsibility for our co-signing on the things that we do. And the reason why I focus on our pathologies as women is because it's a woman that destroys your self-esteem and your self-worth and your self-confidence first. And I've said that on many lives before, and I'll say it again for those of you who've not heard that before. I believe women do that first. I believe whether it be your mother, your so-called, your piece of shit girlfriends that you don't really have. Some of y'all don't understand that you don't have friends. But it could be your piece of shit friends, your mother, people that you respect and love. And it's usually a woman's face that has you second guessing your value first. And I say that all the time. Women do it first, and then men come and take what's left of your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth. They just come and take, they scavenge. They scavenge for the rest. So this is why I focus on our thing first, because women are diabolical. Women are tactical. Women are military minded. Everything a woman does, she thinks about it first. Even if she decides she's going to screw you that night and you think it just happened, it didn't just happen. When she was putting on her lipstick and douching before she got dressed, she said to herself, I might have sex tonight. I think I'm going to decide to have unprotected or unplanned sex tonight. When she was using her massingale before she got dressed to come and meet you at the bar or wherever it was, she decided that night she was going to give you some. Period. Women are tactical that way. They decide who they befriend based on how the woman looks, what she has to give them, what she has to offer. If she's a soother, can I come to you with my problems? Can I come to you with my weariness? Can I put my head on your shoulders and purge? Some of you are that, especially if you're an ugly girl. Ugly girls, you know what you are. We usually wind up being the ones they come and purge and vomit on. And there's no reciprocity there. So I talk about this predominantly on this channel, all of the things that women do that we don't like to admit. We don't like to admit. We don't like to take the responsibility. We don't want the mantle. We don't want the charge of morality and virtue. We don't want the burden of that, but we have it. There's no running from it. We have it. There's nothing you can do. The moral compass of any relationship you are in is contingent upon how much of it you have. If you're expecting men to be responsible for that, I'm going to ask you, what planet are you on? Because every woman knows that she needs to have standards. What are standards? Standards are to mitigate loss. Standards are in place to protect your interests. Because if you didn't have standards and you didn't have boundaries and you didn't have expectations, guess what men will do? Even if he likes you, guess what he'll do? He'll pump and dump you. Thank you, ma'am. You might get a thank you, ma'am. You might get a head nod and a thank you, or thumbs up like they do on Facebook, maybe. Maybe a dinner out the deal, and then they're gone. So since every woman knows that you have to have some boundaries and some standards to protect yourself, you understand that virtue is your charge. Virtue is your charge. Morality is yours. So we got to deal with all of that. A lot of y'all are cum guzzling whores who blame men for the outcomes that you're receiving, but you're participants in that. And just because you don't do it frequently enough to feel bad about it, somehow you can dictate who's morally corrupt and who's not. We got to stop all of that. We got to stop all of that. You call it, I'm just getting this moment. We have all kinds of cute, cuddly names for whoring. I'm just going to take this moment. I'm gonna have this experience. I'm gonna be in this situationship or whatever it is, whatever other coin term, we coin these days for corrupt morality. And the fact of the matter is we can't take a moral high road. We can't. And we need to come to terms with all of that and be honest about all of that. And that's what I do. That's the sum total of what I do here on this channel. I expose us because the underserved we're like a minority within a minority. And I'm here specifically for the group of women who have no voice, who are not catered to in any way. No insight is directed at us, the women who are deemed unattractive in this society. You just gotta figure out your way, however you figure it out, because no one has empathy for you when you're unattractive. There's no empathy there. No, I say it on almost every live. No one feels badly about using you when you're unattractive. It's like their moral compass doesn't kick in until you look a certain way. So it's that small segment, or I mean, arguably small segment of the population that I cater to, that I have decided to focus all of my attention and all of my energy on, thus establishing the Ugly Girls Club. A lot of you have interpreted it as a pity party, and nothing could be further from the truth. We don't do pity parties here. When you go on your retreats and you do all your little yoni egg classes and learn how to twirl and twerk and all that kind of stuff, I liken those two pity parties myself. A lot of y'all are deciding to divest and go where you're celebrated, and I'm like, the celebration is where? You're going where you're celebrated, but on your way there, you have to buy a wig, a girdle. You have to shave, pluck your chin hair, all kinds of stuff's going on your way to being celebrated on the other side of the fence. You need a total transformation. You need a dictionary and a thesaurus and a course and a certification and all that to qualify to be celebrated in these other spaces. Hello? So I don't know what any of that is. For what I want, I can be me for what I want. I don't need a certification to pull what it is I want. But you do. But yet I'm a pick me because I say I'm for black men because I'm a black woman. How, Sway? I don't get it. How am I pick me when you're signing up for programs to get what it is you want? When you got to pass tests and get certified and have panel discussions and all kind of shit to get what you want, somehow I'm a pick me, and I'm just standing here being me, but I'm a pick me, and you're not. I don't get it. I don't get it. But listen. I'm gonna say it again for everyone who's certified stupid, that you can do what it is you want to do. I don't go to anybody else's channel. And you can check it. Check to see if you see my name anywhere. I don't harass anybody and their views about what it is they want, what it is they feel is right or whatever it is. Everyone is free to do what they want to do. Whatever I address here is what y'all bring to me that you want me to discuss. I don't drop no names unless my name is mentioned somewhere else. Period. I try to keep it neutral because I'm not for no bullshit. I'm not for no bullshit at all. Not at all. And I prefer it that way because I know I'm in a minority within a minority within another minority. I tell you women who come to my channel that the women who claim to be your comrades, a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are fake. Why do I say that? Experience. I don't just say it, because I need fillers for these lives. I can talk to you for 2 hours straight. And it's information from beginning to end. None of it will be fluff. So I don't need a filler here. I'm telling you this because it's true. Because I've experienced it. I've been a part of black nationalist organizations, and there was colorism in there too. It was they strategically picked which women will end up in publications, and which women. There's certain types of women that will end up on the front page of their newspapers and publications. When dignitaries or representatives came to town from the double NSA, what is it? You know, all these black national organizations. I can't even remember the double. What's the shit? Why I can't say the shit? NAACP. Good Lord. When those reps come around and all these people coming around asking for money, shaking hands and all of that shit, it's certain women that they put up in the front seat, in the VIP seats, and certain other women were always in the back. I saw all of that shit too. So even in a black nationalist organization, you had politics within that. You had red tape within that. You had the haves and haves not, and the caste system, and who was considered more attractive than who. And we all supposed to be about love and blackness. And we can't even escape that in something like that. Bias. Bias. It's everywhere. So when I tell you you have no allies, I'm coming from a space of, I know you don't. I know you do not. And that's it. That's it. We're not even crying over spilled milk with all of that. We're just dealing with it as it is. We're dealing with life as it is. We're accepting the truth for what it is, and we're trying to mitigate loss. That's all we're trying to do here. Is mitigate loss. So one of my subscribers sent me a link to a video about Future, the rapper Future that Sierra has a child for, supposedly making a statement about his latest baby mother. Is this baby mother number 9? Help me out, y'all. Is this number 9 or number 10? Is this baby number 9 or 10? I don't know. But she sent me the link. I didn't watch it. And y'all, I'm really not into watching. Y'all are absorbing a lot of poisonous stuff. And you got to be careful with what you're exposing yourself to. If what you're watching isn't defending your belief, isn't fortifying you and improving you in some way, I would advise you to limit it. I would advise you to limit it. But she sent it to me, and she wanted me to respond to it. So, being that I didn't watch, but he said the baby mama, he called her ugly or something like that. And I believe the girl is dark skinned. I want to say from what I heard, she's a dark skinned Haitian woman. I believe. Y'all correct me. I think I saw a picture of her. The girl that I think is who they're talking about looks attractive, by you guys' standards, I believe. Very nice body and all of that. But apparently she took a recent paternity test, and it turns out that Future is the father of her child. I think she has a daughter. So people are now up in arms about him calling her ugly. Now, that was a shot below the belt, and I guess he was upset that now he has to pay child support for baby mama number 9. So my thoughts on it is really to reiterate a point that I've told y'all before, was that these men holler about preferences and what they like and what they don't like and all that kind of stuff, but babies are still being born, right? I told y'all this before. They'll say, I don't like and I don't like, and we still coming up pregnant. We either coming up pregnant or coming up with diseases or something like that to indicate that there was some sort of copulation going on. I told y'all, men will screw you who don't like you. Haven't I said that? A man will screw you, ejaculating you 2, 3, 4, and 5 times and despise you. Have I not said that too, ladies? Have I not told you that if you screwed 10 men, 9 of them didn't want you? Have I not said that to you, UGC? Where UGC at? Just wave your hand and to acknowledge that I have said this before. Y'all think, I don't know what you think. I don't know, am I telling jokes here? Like I'm a comedian now? No. This is real. So when you think you're beautiful and you're exotic and you're everything that he wants, in his mind he has a whole nother thought process, a whole nother thought process that you don't know about until he's done wanting to ejaculate inside of you. When you lead with vanity, ladies, it seems powerful at first, but it ages like milk. It ages like milk. And what she's going through, the public humiliation or attempt at publicly humiliating her, what she's going through now, is why you shouldn't lead with that. Now, someone argue and say that she's winning because now she's getting child support. I heard some ridiculous number like $50,000 a month. I'm like, $50,000 a month? She's baby mama number 9. How is she getting $50,000 a month? Like, how much money does Future have? He can't have much because he couldn't even pay child. Sierra's man was like, look, dude, I know you struggling, so I'm gonna just go ahead and relinquish. So my wife don't have to beg you for assistance. I'm gonna go ahead and handle it for you. Ain't that what Sierra's husband said? So I'm trying to figure out where that 52,000 or 50-some thousand come from. I don't believe it's that much, because I don't believe the man make that much. Not with baby mama number 9. But also I would not be fair and balanced if I did not say, if you are talking to a man who has 8 baby mothers, 8, you gotta know there's an expiration date on your head too. Like you really gotta know. 8 baby mamas? You really gotta know his MO ain't forever. He's just not a forever dude. So why would you get pregnant by him? What would be the logic in taking a risk and having a baby with a man who probably will not want to be with you after a while, based on his track record? What are we doing? What are we doing? How smart is that? But again, some of us would say she's got the bag, and some people argue that was the plan all along. To get some child support money going. Maybe she was trying to build her brand. Everybody's a model now. Everybody's a model. Every OnlyFans account, everybody's a mama. A model, I said. So there's many factors there, but to touch on the whole thing, the whole calling her ugly, y'all. This is why you have to put vanity. You have to build a bonfire and throw that shit in there. You gotta build the biggest bonfire you can find. Go get some redwood trees out this bitch. Go chop down some redwood trees and get that wood and build you a huge bonfire and throw vanity into it. Because it's not if you get manipulated through the use of vanity, it is when. It is when. He says you're cute today until he's tired of you. Then you're all kind of bitches and hoes, and I don't like this about you, and I don't like that about you, and all of this stuff. And you're like, well, where did all of this come from? You didn't say that when we was first together, the first year was this, that, and the third, and now the truth comes out. Why does the truth come out when people are mad at you? Because by the time they're mad at you, they're not scared of losing you. And that's when the truth comes out. When a person's not afraid of losing you, then they tell the truth. When they don't care if you go, then you hear the truth. This is why I tell y'all, when y'all on these dates and we have a connection, that bullshit, I'm like, oh, hell, oh, here we go with that. I felt so connected to him. Really? People lie. People lie to get what they want. They lie to seem more intelligent. They lie to make it seem like they have no agenda. Just people lie all kinds of reasons. They lie to protect themselves. They lie to protect their interests. They lie to protect their money. They lie to protect their status. They lie to protect their ego. All of that. Thank you for the donation, Starlina. I'm happy you caught the live too. She won nothing, certainly not getting 56,000. It's just another fatherless child with a ratchet mother and still twerks on the gram. Oh, she's a twerk queen? I didn't know she was a twerk queen. Oh. Well, there it is. And your point about another child not having a father, that I think that's the saddest part. That is the saddest part, because her child is going to grow up dysfunctional. Going to grow up wondering what their worth is, and the usual suspects with single motherhood. Why would you walk into a situation, know that the probability that you will end up a single mother too is about 99%? 99%? 99. But again, this is the culture that we're in, where self-exploitation is somehow spun. The spin doctors have scenarios like this looking like it's really a boss move. It's really a boss move to use an innocent child as a pawn to extort, like women using their vagina to extort men for money. That's really what's going on there. That's extortion. So, what are y'all to do? What are y'all to do? UGC, I told you that delayed gratification is your lane. You have to delay gratification. You have to delay it. That's the only way you're going to sharpen your ability to discern. Some of you don't know, you can't sense right from wrong. You don't know what's right. You don't trust what it is you're seeing. You're unsure of what you're feeling, and it's a whole mess. Because you don't know how to defer or delay gratification. When you are an unattractive woman, you must delay gratification. Well, so is why it's not fair. Everyone else is experiencing life in the way they want and doing what they want to do. It's not fair. Why can't we have what we want? You can do what you want. If the goal is feeling good, you don't have to pace yourself. If the goal is just to feel good, there's no need to delay that. You can screw a nigga on the first night. You can go ahead, let them pile drive your cervix the first night. Let them put all that Gouda cheese in your goddamn uterus the first night. You could go ahead and do that. But if the goal is having a long-lasting outcome, having an outcome where you're not a placeholder or in a or trapped in a situation like you're in limbo that's undefined. You can't go, but it's not defined as anything. He just has you, tagging along like a rusty old hound dog. Then you need the delayed gratification. You need to delay it so you can see what's going on, to see how his intentions are going to play out. And the only reason why a lot of you can't do that is because a lot of us are told the only thing that's worth anything about us is our vagina. So we put that on the chopping block, like, here you go. I want you to love me, so here you go. The best thing about me right here, let me give you that. And hope, and some Hail Marys on the shit, and hope for the best. And hope for the best. You gonna Hail Mary your whole life? You gonna hope for the best your whole life? You're gonna shirk responsibility for your actions and just piss it in the wind and hope the planets just line up today to make something that you want happen? Is that how you're gonna live? We have to be deliberate. We have to be more deliberate, more cunning. I told y'all that on another live. This agreeableness that we have, it doesn't work for us. You being compliant just does not. You as being an ugly woman who's compliant and agreeable to a fault, you know what results you get there? You unattractive, and you have no stipulations. Why don't you just donate your vagina to the CDC so they can probe you? Why don't you give your uterus and your vagina, your labia minora and majora to the goddamn CDC and let them experiment with the shit? Because that's how you got your shit thrown around like a goddamn science project anyway. No stipulations, no contingency plan, no buffer, no hedge. Give your shit away. You let these crazy looking motherfuckers tell you ugly. Future ain't got no business calling nobody ugly. They say I look like a horse. Standing next to Future, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I'm like, I don't even know what this is about. I don't even know why. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't get it. It be these dudes that just be in the same lane. I'm like, we in the same boat. Y'all throwing ugly around. How, Sway? I'm like, don't you have a mirror? You afflicted. You got the same afflictions I do, but you clowning somebody. Instead of us fellowshipping together and breaking bread together and trying to come up with solutions together, we up here calling each other ugly. I don't get it. Why you black dudes do that? A lot of you black dudes are fools, A lot of y'all are fools. I say it all the time. She may be ugly, but every woman you impregnated probably had a plan to get a bag. They were only with your horse-looking face to get a bag. Like, really? I don't get it. I don't get this thing. So we have to do better, ladies. A lot of y'all want to divest from black men as the solution to your problems with relationships in general. And it's not about divesting from black men. It's about divesting from vanity. It's about adopting this ugly girl's philosophy, so that when a guy comes along and calls you beautiful, and you so unique, and I'm so intrigued by you, and you stimulate me in ways that other women can't. I don't know what it is. And you sitting there like, Word. I intrigue you. Oh my God. And you on your back with a dinged up pair of Fruit of the Looms after he done rolled your back for hours. And all that intrigue that he had for your ass ain't nowhere to be found no more. Nowhere. Oh, there's something so special about you. And ain't shit special about you no more. Let vanity go. I'm not telling you not to pluck your chin here and not to wash your fishy ass crotch. I'm not saying all of that. I'm not saying don't work out. I'm not saying don't do your hair or nothing. Do what you need to do. You have to look presentable. You have to look presentable. But I'm saying if that is required for you to build a hedge around yourself, for you to have standards and to protect your interests, then that's when you're in trouble. If you need to be beautiful to protect your interests, you are in trouble. You're in trouble. Because that means your level of self-concern only kicks in depending on how you're received. We can't do that. That switch needs to be on all the time. That switch needs to be on when you're in the grocery store, when you at church, when you at a swap meet, when you at a seminar, when you at a luncheon, and when you on your back. You got to be pretty to want to feel protected. You got to be pretty in order to feel justified in wanting respect. You looking forward or intending for the best outcome for yourself is contingent upon how attractive you are to someone else. How, Sway? How? The novelty wears off anyway. Ask any cute girl on this live or anywhere you know. There's some of y'all think y'all pretty on here too. Y'all still come. I don't know why, but some of you chicks that think y'all pretty too. Ask them. Is pretty a saving grace? When has being pretty ever protected you from abuse, mistreatment, unfair treatment, or all sorts of things? It doesn't. It doesn't. Being attractive is a utility. Why is it a utility, ladies? And this is something that I'm talking about. I'll be talking about in the book that I'm writing, The Ugly Girl Survival Guide. In the midst of writing now, I was writing a couple of chapters this morning, or a couple of pages of it this morning. And I'm really putting my heart and soul into that because I want it to be a compendium for you all when there are times when you kind of confused about things and you're forgetting how you're supposed to maneuver. I want you to be able to flip open the book and go, oh yeah, I'm straight. I'm back in line. I'm in formation again. And that's the point of this thing. That's the point of this thing. But you just see the answer to all of our problems really is to see beauty as the utility that it is. And the reason why I say it is a utility is because men will pay for it. Men will do all sorts of destructive things to own it, to contain it, to absorb it. They look for that. It's a requirement. for them to assess the rest of your value. That you can't even get to B if they don't like what they're seeing in the A quadrant. It's very hard to get to the B part. So it is a utility to get to the B, C, D, E, F, G, and all that kind of stuff too. But the problem with it is that after we get past A and you go to bed with him and you're with him for some time, beauty as a utility no longer works. It has a shelf life. There's only a small window of time where you can really even use that to manipulate anything. It's only a small fraction of that. But it's when you get to B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and elemental P, and X, Y, Z, that your staying power is going to be, it's contingent upon what you have in the next quadrants that determines your staying power. And a lot of women don't have nothing in the B, C, D, E, F, G category. Like nothing. Empty. Empty. Pretty packaging and nothing inside. Nothing inside. And you don't want to spend so much time on A that you don't put any energy into the B, C, D, E, F, G. And that's the problem with us. Listen, some of us ain't going to look. You could spend 2 hours in the mirror putting makeup on, and you're only going to get about maybe a point or two, maybe a half a point better than what you started off with. And the problem there is when you put 2 hours into that to get a hollow compliment, it often leads to a hollow relationship because you think there's something more there than it actually is, because you put so much effort into this thing. Because you put 2 hours effort into your face, and then you got the compliment, you thinking it's valued. The value of the compliment is equivalent to the amount of work you put into getting there. Hamburger. It's just not true. It's just not true. A lot of you women who are pretty think you think you're pretty, and you might be pretty, but that doesn't mean everybody values your beauty. It doesn't mean that every man you meet is going to value your beauty the way that you do. So you got to be careful with that. It can't be first. Men will appease you and make you think you're in control right up until he gets ready to contract. When that first contract and release happens, it's over for you. All your control is down in some quicksand somewhere. It's over. Now, unless you got some extra tricks. Unless you got some extra tricks, you know that the average woman don't do. You might be able to hold a novelty on a little bit longer because you do some extra twirls or some shit. But he's still gonna be looking over your shoulder anyway. Ask Kylie Jenner and the rest of them. Ask Nicki Minaj. Well, I don't know how many tricks she got. What's the other one? Cardi B and the rest of these professional seductresses. Ask Beyonce. The novelty wears off. It always does. So beauty is one thing, and then your character and how you are as a person and what your intrinsic value is. That's the part you gotta put all your energy into. Because it doesn't matter how well dressed you are. If you're mimicking somebody else, then somebody else has done it better than you. And I've said that before. And one thing I'm a real lobbyist for is being different. You mimic what's already done And it's then there's always going to be something out there that's better than how you're doing it. There's always going to be someone who can reference somebody who's 10 times better than you when you're mimicking other people, when you're mimicking other women. What's your function? What's your function? You leveling up? You know, they're telling you to wear the support holes and pastel colors and all that kind of shit. Be soft. Be soft. How's that working for you? How's that working for you? That's all I want to know. How is it? How are you being sold on any of that shit by women who running from paying taxes or running from they johns, running from they pimps or whatever? These bitches ain't even showing their face, and they showing you how to level up. How does that work? I'm going where I'm celebrated. Well, you got to do a whole overhaul on yourself to go where you're supposedly celebrated. You changing your name, your drawers, resizing your bras and your girdles, getting a better tweezer to pluck your chin hair, all kind of shit going on so you could be celebrated. Gonna be celebrated by who? Who? How many girls out here gotta get played? Women who are supposedly ideal. For you to know there ain't no celebration in this thing. It's all smoke and mirrors. And you are quantifying your worth against shit that's illusionary out here. Illusions out here. You think black men don't want you because every baller with a white chick or half white chick or neutrinoid chick or some shit like that. Now every black man you meet don't want a black woman. Is that real? Is that real? Y'all spend all your free time watching horror stories, videos of chicks. You know, we're not protected. Black women aren't protected, and black women aren't this, and black women aren't that. You can find what you're looking for. Any ideal you want support for, you can find it. Anyone. So to that I say, if it's an ideal that you don't want to believe, then you need to cut that noise out, because it's just going to create interference between your ideal and your result. You're not going to have energy to put into anything because you're going to be confused about everything. Are there black men who don't like black women? Yes. Absolutely. And there are also black men who don't like black women, who have mothers who don't like black women either. There's that. And there are also black men who don't like black women, and every woman that he's fucked didn't like dark-skinned girls too. And she was okay when she heard him say, I don't like women who look like that. She sat right there and listened and agreed. So there's that too. So the hypocrisy has no end. The hypocrisy has no end. A lot of y'all have a lot of vitriol for these men. But you're torn. Like you're not standing on your position. You're saying things that you want to believe, but you don't quite want to believe it. So you want to believe it, but you don't want to believe it. And it's that. It's a merry-go-round. And you wonder why you don't get any results. Who putting a cape on to rescue you out here? Where they at? Where they at? Because if you were happy with it, you would be too busy living it out than trying to recruit motherfuckers. I've met chicks in interracial relationships, and they're not trying to recruit nobody. They too busy being happy. They're too busy living their life. They're not walking around lurking around channels trying to condemn people. The women who are happy are living their lives. I don't know, y'all. They claim they're happy, but you don't buy it. A lot of people claiming to be happy. A lot of women are claiming to be happy that aren't. And so there's that. So we just got to be honest. We got to be honest, y'all. UGC, you don't have any allies out here. And I know that's so harsh to say. And I'm saying that for the express purpose of wanting you to be self-reliant. I want you to be comfortable with what you think. We can't afford not to be thinkers as unattractive women in this world. You can't be ugly and stupid. I tell you that all the time. You can't be ugly and stupid. You can't be ugly and boring. Ugly is a big bag to hold. In and of itself, it takes up a lot of space. So we don't have room for two demerits. Ugly is already one demerit. We don't have room for two. That's what I'm saying. You can't be scared. You can't be ugly and scared. You can't be ugly and stupid. You can't be ugly and boring. You can't be ugly and naive. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. No. Can't be any of those things. And that's just the cards that we've been dealt. That's just the cards that we've been dealt, you know. Some say that I'm not optimistic. I'm not encouraging, self-deprecating, and that sort of thing. And I can see why they say that, because a lot of this information it's not fun. It's not fun to hear these things. A lot of it is very hurtful. A lot of it is very hurtful. But you know, the magic of it all is that when you get into situations and scenarios that I warn you about, you know how to respond. You come out of them not being a victim. You come out of them not being used again. And then the light switch turns on, you go, damn. So that's what empowerment feels like. All this while I was thinking, if I just try to look better, that's where my empowerment would come from. No. Empowerment comes from doing marathon Olympic laps in a pool of truth. That's where it comes from. I can be like these other channels and give you encouragement and make you feel good. That's an easy buck to make. That's an easy buck to make. You know how hard it is to sell this shit? You know how hard it is to sell ugly? Because you have predetermined thoughts about it. It's already coming in negative. It's hard to spin this as something that you should want. It's very hard. But you know what's even harder than that? Being around people who use you, who exploit you, who have predetermined your worth, regardless if you accept it or deny it. Everyone's predetermining your worth and acting and treating you according to what they predetermine your worth is. And you, the person that's deciding you are what you are based on what everybody else thinks, you go along with the shit. Instead of saying, wait a minute, Alyssa, I know what this is, but guess what? Sign right here. I know you think I'm only worth 25%, but guess what? You're going to give me this 90%. Sign right here. I've already predetermined that you predetermine what you think about me. I've already worked that out in my head. Sign right here. That's where you need to get to. Otherwise, you're always going to be a pawn. Most of these women that come to my channel to try to refute, the ugly girl philosophy are not allies or champions for black women. You know what they are? They are women who are mad that I said it first. Hello? They're only women who are upset that I called myself ugly before they got a chance to. That's all this is. All this concern, but you bitches this and that, you stupid this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, I was always that for you. So what's the problem? Everything you call me because I call myself ugly is what you thought to begin with. So what's the fucking problem? That I said it first. That I said it first. The Josephine Baker story is an amazing example of this. She was biracial but brown skin. She used to lighten her skin and straighten her hair to fit the chorus lines to get started. Yeah, well, people got to do what they got to do. She maneuvered and altered so she can get a bag. It happens to this day. It happens to this day. But when we talk about this in the context of relationships, it's a different matter. That's right, Melinda. She did die alone. How about that? She was sought after, revered, idolized for her beautiful body, and she died alone. Like Marilyn Monroe died alone. Like a lot of these starlets, these vixens, their lives always end tragic. Don't nobody be around in the end. Because after you lose your looks, you ain't worth shit. So nobody wants to be around you. So we are like, I liken us, UGC, those of you who are UGC, we're equivalent to women who are old, women who have physical deformities, just anybody who's just off. We're kind of lumped into this. We're treated the same as women classed in those other categories. But the beauty of it is that if you get a handle of how to handle these things now, years forward are not going to be bad for you. You're learning now, or you're living now, what every woman will taste if she lives long enough. That's just what it is. Everything we go through, the ostracism we go through, the negativity, the devaluing that we experience as unattractive women, every woman, you live long enough to hit the wall, you're going to experience that. Every one of you. So we just got a little head start. We just got a little head start. Every one of you are going to face a point in your life where you have to decide what your worth is besides how you look. Everyone. Now, you in the midst of that, you can maintain yourself very well, and you should. You should. And our sister Angela Bassett is a perfect example of this. She is very well manicured. So is J-Lo. Very well manicured. But there is never a moment where they don't remind you, where the public doesn't remind you of how old they are. They still, even as good as they look, they can't escape it. You look so good for your age. Why can't it be you just look so good? Why does for your age have to be attached to it? So even though they're well preserved, they still can't escape the shit. And you have people eyeing them down, just waiting for the next, oh man, the next wrinkle gonna come this year? When is the wrinkle gonna come? You got people eating popcorn, waiting for them to fall apart. So that's what this thing is. That's what it is. You have to decide that you're going to enjoy life. You have to decide what you're going to believe. There's information out here to support any belief you want. If you believe that swirling is the answer, there's information to support that. And you shouldn't dip your toe in it. You need to drown in the shit. And then maybe you'll have an outcome that you want. That's what anything you want. Don't dip your toe. Put your whole self in. Like Eric Thomas said, you got to put your whole self in. You want success in whatever it is. Put your whole self in. Y'all ladies are too wishy-washy. You hop around, jump around, then you don't know what to believe. And that's why you get no results. That's why you feel a little better today, then you feel like shit tomorrow, because you're scrolling through Instagram, you're scrolling through Facebook, and you see all these hoes living their best life. You're thinking about getting an OnlyFans account or trying to run a few numbers in your DMs and get somebody to Cash App you some money so you could twerk around or something like that. You're trying this and trying that stuff that is against your morals, and then somehow you want to claim moral high road, so you're conflicted about that. You're conflicted about yourself because you're not consistent about anything. You're a fucking fraud. You're a goddamn fraud at the end of the day. So that's what has you in conflict. You have to get in alignment with everything that you stand for, even if it's inconvenient. Even if it's inconvenient. That's what we got to do, UGC. These other chicks can afford to be frivolous and not have a goal, or just a wait and see, hope for the best, go with the flow and all that. You can't do that. You can't do that because everybody's in your face. They ain't nobody in your face when you are an unattractive woman coming with their morals. Coming with fairness in their mind. They coming with, what can I get from this bitch? That's what they coming with. Meanwhile, men like Eddie Murphy, George Clooney can grow to a ripe old age without it hardly being mentioned, just their accomplishments. Exactly. Look at the society we're in. Nobody mentions how old these guys are, but let it be our counterparts. That's the first, for your age and for your age. People just can't just live. Why we segregated and categorized? It's like we can't see things without putting it into a certain category. And UGC, I tell you all the time, and I'm writing about this in the book. Listen, mostly every woman that you know of is insecure. So get it out your head that somebody's better than you. She has only quantified her value based on who is attracted to her. She understands and interprets her worth and her value based on who responds to her, who looks at her, who gives her things, who gives her attention. If you see me, acknowledge me, like me and all that, then I feel good about me. This is every woman that you see out here. So when you think somebody has an upper hand, they do not. I'm trying to implore you here to understand this thing. All women do all day. All women do all day is they're looking. They're comparing. You walk in the room, she's instantly comparing herself to you. She may have felt she was pretty before you walked in the door. Now you're walking in the door, she has to reevaluate herself all fucking over again. Self-esteem, where? Where? And these are the women that you allowed to intimidate you and classify you and tell you that you're nothing, tell you you got to level up. Level up. How you qualify to tell me to level up and you nervous just like me? You may look better, but you still nervous. You still ain't sure. A woman could be cute and then another cute woman walk in and she immediately starts doubting herself. Oh shit, her hair is longer than mine. And her butt. Oh man, I'm gonna go to the gym twice this week. God damn, her butt look good. And before she walked in the door, she was all right. I told you, UGC, don't believe women in their sales pitch. You don't have a dick between your legs. Stop believing in their sales pitch. Stop believing it. She hungry. She on the prowl. She need attention. She need validation just like you. Just like you. I don't care who it is. It could be a little piece of shit ass mother too. Because some of y'all mothers ain't shit. Some of y'all mothers ain't shit. And they be competing with you. Yeah, their own daughter. And what kind of sick ass shit is that about? Your own daughter? It is what it is. It is what it is. So when these dudes try to intimidate you, when the dudes come and try to, lowball you, intimidate you, just go, okay, all right, then, take a mental note. You ain't got to battle with everybody. Just take notes. Okay, this is what this is. This is a show. This is their show. In your mind, you go, okay, this is your show. Because everybody's bullshitting. Everybody's putting on airs and putting on a show, making you think they better than what they feel they are. Because men are not excluded from low self-esteem and low self-worth issues. They have the shit too. They have the shit too. It's just we think because they're stronger than us physically that somehow, they're not afflicted with these kind of things. Because they can insert their dick into a vagina, we think they have all the goddamn power. And that ain't the case. They scared and unsure too. So when they come, you just understand, okay, this is the show. And you either decide you're going to sit and be an audience participant to it, or get a refund for your tickets. Get a refund for your tickets. You don't have to entertain people in their shit. You don't have to entertain people in their shit. I did a post, was it yesterday? Where I talked about how to be on a first date. Because I have a client who recently did a first date. So I was compelled to say some things about it because, and I've said these things before. Y'all, dating is not a performance. Y'all are treating dating as you're coming to try out for a goddamn role or something like that. And that's not what it's for. He is paying, hopefully, to spend some time with you to get to know you. And you, in turn, have decided to agree that it was okay for him to pay to spend time to get to know you. And in return, you're getting to know him. It is not a sales pitch. It's not that. It's not you trying to impress him or trying to be the best woman he's ever had or trying not to make a mistake or whatever it is you're trying to do. All that contrivity. You leave that shit at the house. You're there to see what the agenda is. The date is to see let me see what you're about. You're not invested in anything. You're not invested in a fucking outcome. You are there to see what he's about. And if you approach it in that vein and in that mindset, it will alleviate you doing things that you're not ready for. And that he hasn't qualified himself to get. A lot of y'all let these dudes touch on you and feel on you and foreplay on you and all that kind of stuff for a goddamn sandwich. Because you feel obligated because, you know what, because he made you laugh? He could put his tongue in your mouth because he told you a few jokes? No. No. That's not how this thing is supposed to go. You were there to get the scoop. You there like a reporter getting the story. Let's hear what we got. But some of y'all treat it as, oh, I got to do my best tonight. You got to do your best what? Your best what? Listen, if you're getting invited out, one thing is clear. One thing, we already established one thing. He does want to fuck you. Otherwise, he would not take you out nowhere. He wouldn't take you out nowhere. Or he wouldn't ask to come over your house and do a bucket of chicken over some Netflix or whatever. He's there because he want to fuck you too. So whether he take you out or bring a bucket of KFC to your house, the fucking is what's hoped for. So that part is already done. So there's nothing really to prove in that end. He already wants to, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting across no table from him. Now, outside of that is the parameters have to be set on what it's going to take to get your ass. What am I going to have to do for this lady to get some of that ass? That's what he's thinking. What does she require? I want to know what she requires and if she's worth what she requires. Are you inflating your price tag? Are you asking for more than the value of your cunt? That's all those things are being established. And what you do and what you require in order to have access to you is what paints the picture of how you feel about yourself. Your value is in what it is you feel about you and how you communicate that. A date is not to make him fall in love with you. These dudes all day long fall in love with bitches and hoes, all kinds of case studies out here. They fall head over heels with all kinds of goddamn case studies out here. So ain't nothing really you have to do there. You just have to make sure you ain't contemplating sleeping with a monster. Hello? That's your goal. That's your goal. Not to make them fall in love with you. Then if you tell a man your wants, then men will do what is needed to get your sex and still leave. No, it ain't about telling them what you want. It's just about feeling him out. You go there with your little itemized list, little goddamn spreadsheet and all that shit, then they'll just pretend. I said in the post, if you leave the first date and he absolutely has verified that you like him, you fucked up. There is no way you should be on a date with any dude, and by the end of the date, he can verify that you have feelings for him, that you are really, 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 really interested in him. You fucked up. He could suspect it. He could think it, but not be sure. But if it's verified, girl, you were too simple-minded. You were too hungry. You were too thirsty. You were too needy. Then you acted like you didn't have no other prospects. You let him determine that you don't have no other choices if he leaves that first date knowing how you feel. If he asks how you feel about him, you should go, well, I don't know yet, but I think I might know soon. It's not a yes. It ain't a no. It ain't even a maybe. Well, I don't know how I feel yet, but I think I'm gonna know soon. I think I might know soon. You don't have to verify shit to a motherfucker. Nothing. That ain't your role. That ain't your charge. Your charge is to keep yourself safe from these wolves in sheep's clothing out here, especially UGC, especially you. Who we talking about? Kiki tore up her own life. Who that? Kiki Wyatt is magnetic. Yes, she is. Very magnetic. Very magnetic. Very fertile and very magnetic. Guys love her. Some women have that energy without even trying. She has a big personality. Yes, she does. Very youthful. She's a Looney Tune. Little touch of crazy there. Very passionate, I would say. I liken her to being a passionate woman. Very passionate. Her attitude killed her career. I think she could have been bigger than she is now. She's still kind of sort of Chitlin Circuit. She's still sort of a Chitlin Circuit artist. Um, and when she could be bigger, like there's no reason why she couldn't be as big as dare I say even Kelly Price maybe? Like I don't think she's even on Kelly Price's level as far as mainstream. And Kelly ain't done nothing in a minute. But she should at least been that. Naomi said, Selkis, you're eating me up. Am I eating you up? I don't want to eat you. I don't want to eat you up. Why am I eating you up? To be honest, I never knew who Kiki Wyatt was. So Selkis mentioned her. Oh, really? Well, she's a fabulous. Listen, she can outsing a lot of people. She can outsing a lot of people. She's one of those almost like Anita Baker termed a singer. I would liken her to a singer. I would liken her to that level, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So you said her talent ain't that damn grand. I've heard better than her. All right. All right. Fantasia can't sing. What? And I hear more about her than Wyatt. You said Fantasia cannot sing? I need to put you in timeout for that shit. You need to go in timeout for that. Don't talk about Fanny. Fanny can't sing. Oh my God. It is what it is though. Everyone has their own way. I would say Janet Jackson can't sing. But look, Janet Jackson can't, she can sing a little bit. But Fantasia is a better singer than Janet Jackson. I don't know. I mean, it's all marketing. It's all perception. Janet Jackson has the family name, her sexuality. Her brand just makes her what she is. I think she became exceptional because of her dance skills. Her ability to sing and dance made her what she is. Which is an icon. You can't take that away from her. She's an icon, but it is what it is. Yeah, Fanny can sing. Of course she can. But some people are basic singers, but they still move you. They still move you. So, I don't know. I don't know. We can debate that all day. The point of it all is, you gotta find your lane, and you gotta saddle up your horse and ride that lane. Don't veer off. Don't do any veering off. Like, ride your own lane. Stop trying to imitate people who feel that you're a loser. Can y'all do that for me? Stop trying to imitate people who think you are a loser. Let's do that. It's all looks. Madonna can't sing. J-Lo cannot sing. You're right. J-Lo is very basic, but she's a dancer. She looks good. Madonna, very basic, but she danced. And in her prime, she looked good. Now, Madonna is geriatric, can't keep concert dates, falling all over the place, plastic surgery getting out of hand and all that stuff. So she went from iconic to now a joke. This is what the industry does to you. They work you like a mule, and then just to watch you fall. Just to watch you fall. You know who I'm scared about? I'm scared about Mike Tyson. Y'all know he's going back in the ring. He looks fit and fast as hell, but I am scared for Mike Tyson. I'm like, Mike, why you doing this? You need money, Mike? Don't you got a weed farm, Mike? Why you doing this? Can't you just, I don't know. Why can't you endorse somebody else? Why can't you just endorse somebody else? But, Mike is coming back out again. Y'all know what I said about how the industry never leaves you. You never leave the industry a winner as a black person. They always find a way to attach loserdom to you. This is what happened to Tiger Woods. This is what happened to Michael Jordan. This is what happened. Actually, Serena went through a little bit of that too. I'm like, how many you got a whole room full of trophies, man. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, she was able to bounce back, but the stain is still there. It's still there. Oprah Winfrey, loser. Her brand is up in flames. Up in flames with this old network and stuff. Up in flames. She has never been able to recoup or rebuild the status that she had when she was up under a white network. Never. Her school went to shit. They were abusing kids in the school and all kinds of stuff. Her brand went to shit too. They always do that. They always do that. So you said Mike needs more coke, not weed. Listen, I love Mike, but I'm like, Mike, go ahead and you can open up boxing training camps all across the country with your name or something like that. Mike, don't get back in the ring. Don't get back in the ring, Mike. They're going to find a way to make you go out a loser. Tyler Perry needs to hire writers. He really does. He's a one-man show. And while he's brilliant and nobody can take away his brilliance, it's about growth. It's about expansion. And there's a lot of people who have stories to tell. I mean, if you're going to have a studio lot, then we need to put out Hannibal. We need to get some reenactments, can we redo the Last Supper and some biblical stories with all black casts and can we have a black equivalent to Game of Thrones? Can we do shit like that? Tyler Perry can't write no Game of Thrones. But it's something that we'd love to see the black version of that. And I'm sure there's sci-fi people out here, sci-fi writers out here that just need a shot. I'm like, everything Tyler Perry do sound and look like a stage play. So that's his shtick. So, so in his brilliance, there's limitations. It's time to grow. You invest in all this lot space and everything. Put some black writers that got some fresh perspectives on something so that we can see other stories. That's what we need. We need other stories, man. That's all I'm saying. Mike could make so much money if he has a weed farm. It's just smart people to run. He does have the weed farm. I don't know how many acres of land he got, but he already has it. So I'm like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is about. Mike, if you listening, don't do it. It's a setup. It's a setup. Even though I saw footage of him sparring, I'm like, damn, he's fast. Mike is fit. I think he's vegan too. He's been vegan a couple years. He looks fitter now than I've ever seen him actually. But I'm still like, nope, it's a scam. Black-owned studio and black directors without Jewish interference. Remember what happened to Nate Parker when he did the Nat Turner movie? Yeah, that part. That part. But we need these images. We need something. We need images. Our children need images that, that they can actualize themselves in, like superheroes. We need more black. So we got Black Panther, which y'all, I'm worried about that because I think for the next phase of the Marvel universe, I think they're trying to. I'm hearing that the guy who played what's his name again? The guy who played the Black Panther. I'm hearing that he's not coming back for that lead role because they're not paying him enough. What's his name, y'all? I forgot his name. So Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, I think he wants to renegotiate his contract, which he should. I mean, the movie grossed higher than any other Marvel movie in history, like billion dollars. When you want to pay him $1 million again, I can't remember how much he got for that. But all them actors, they didn't get much. I think Lupita might have got $1 million, maybe. Angela Bassett didn't make much. The cast, they didn't make a whole hell of a lot at all, not at all. So I'm like, my boy Chad is like, listen, y'all made XYZ. Let's renegotiate this. This is how much I want. And now they're saying they might do to his character like they did with Spider-Man, how they changed the casting for Spider-Man like 3-4 times or something like that. This is what I'm hearing. So y'all, I don't know. Yeah, I saw pictures of his weight loss. I'm like, is that for a movie role? He looks really thin. I was assuming it's for some movie or something. You said let them find somebody else. Who else would play that? Like, I wouldn't want to see anybody else do that. I don't know. That's sort of like they replacing Robert Downey for another character to play Iron Man. Like, I don't feel like anybody else could play that. I feel like that's his. Pay the man what he wants. Pay him what he wants. But they're going through different phases with it now. And I think in the upcoming Marvel, they want diversity. So you're going to see some gay characters. They're going to gay it up and to make it more diverse and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think it's going to be the same as what we saw anyway. I don't think it's going to be the same. Anybody, if this stiffen him on the pay, who cares? Let it flop. I say let it flop too. If they can't pay him what he's asking for, I don't think I would even go. It would be hard for me to go and support after that. Not with the amount of money they make. It'd be hard to support. What about Michael B. Jordan as Scarface, allegedly? Michael B. Jordan as Scarface? I didn't hear that. Chad is bankable and the box office numbers show that. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I've been involved with this guy for 6 years off and on, and here lately he's been questioning me about my finances. Would you consider that a red flag? You've been with a guy off and on for 6 years, and he's all of a sudden questioning you about your finances? I would question why he's questioning you now as opposed to 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Like, why is he out of work now? Is he making less money now? Is he trying to do, is there a venture or something he wants to do that he needs financing with? And what does off and on mean? Off and on mean I date him this month, I don't see him for a year, then we pick up for 3 months, and then I don't see him for 6 months, and then we get together again, and then he gets ghost for another for 2 weeks. Like, what does that mean? Somebody said homosexual vibes. If he never asked for it before, then maybe his financial situation has changed and he needs help. Like, I need a backstory. I need more detail. Yes, he's now in jail too. What? So the guy that's asking you about your finances is in jail? And when is he getting out? Oh no. No, we don't do this. There's no future in jailbirds. And you're asking if him asking for money is a red flag and not the fact that he's in jail? So him asking you for money ain't a red flag. Him asking you for money is a red flag, but him being in jail is not? Lord have mercy. Homosexual, why worried about your money? No, we don't deal. You don't. Is he your baby daddy or something? Like, you have kids together or something like that? He needs that commissary money for his ramen noodles. All right, somebody asked, what is he in jail for? Is it tax evasion, grand theft auto? Did he beat up somebody? Like, what type of crime was it? Bootleg videotapes, pirating? Oh, he's in jail for selling drugs. Man, they still going to jail for that. That hustle got played out back in the 90s. How people still going to jail for selling drugs? Is there still money in that? I thought money for that went out with Reagan. Lord have mercy. Any dudes is getting caught up in the bin for selling drugs now? Girl, the red flag ain't him asking you for money. If he in jail, no, he should ask you for money if he in jail. Like they say, he need a commissary. He needs some bologna sandwiches or whatever they buying in the commissary, some goddamn Skittles or Starburst or some shit. He need money for Starburst and cigarettes. So he needs that ain't weird. He need money for Skittles and stamps. Yo. The fact that he's in jail is a whole red flag right there. You don't need that. You don't need that. I thought that going to jail for drug use went out with the Nissan Stanza car. Remember them Nissan Stanzas back in the day? I thought it went out with them Nissan cars, them Audi cars. Girl, leave that alone. I mean, you could go ahead and give him money. Give him his Skittles money. Give him his Skittles and money for envelopes or what he need. But I wouldn't. Are you waiting on him? Like, how long he gonna be there? So, because I've been in a 5-year relationship at 32, and he doesn't want to get married, but I do. I feel guilty about leaving him. How can I stop this? You've been with somebody 5 years, and you are now 32. So that means you transition from hot and tot to hot and not. You went from prime select to merging into hit the wall. He got you at your prime, and now you 32. 5 years of holding place values. So he don't want to get married. Well, what's his objection to it? If y'all been together steady for 5 years, do you have any kids? Do you have any kids with him? T said, leave and deal with the guilt later. Is he paying bills? Like, what this? Okay, no kids. Do y'all have a mortgage together? Is he paying for you to go to school? Like, what, do you need him? Do you need him? Like, what does he do? Mike said you should have been wifed up. Leave him. Yeah, pretty much 5 years together. Listen, at 5 years, he know how bad you can smell. He know if you can cook or not. He probably done scratched the dandruff out your head, seen you weave out your head, and all that kind of stuff. He done seen you when you're sick. He done seen you at your best of your work. So it ain't like there's no more decisions to make. It's either you at this point you do it, or you don't. You want to or you don't. So it's nothing else for him to see. You've been holding place for 5 years. I mean, it's easy for me to say not to feel guilty, but you're gonna feel something because you have feelings for him. But you have to ask yourself, I'm sure you've been asking him for the duration of the 5 years to get married. And if he's telling you no, the first year he told you no, you say, okay, well, we're still kind of new. It's only been a year. I understand he's not ready. Second year, okay, well, maybe still got to see. Third year, well, okay, we've been together 3 years. I got all this, that, and the other. I want to do some things. Fourth year, fifth year, like what? What could be the holdup other than he doesn't want you? What could be the holdup other than he doesn't want you? Oh, so you don't live together. Oh. Okay, so you don't live together. Does he assist you with anything? With your day-to-day expenses, livelihood, things you want to do? Like, if you had something, I don't know, you had to pay for it, like your mortgage or your rent or whatever, could you go to him and he will pay for anything, give you anything, fill up your fridge with groceries, take your kids to school? I mean, what? He pays your student loan? How much is how much is your student loan? How much does he pay? Is it your student loan like a monthly bill? Like, how much is that? I'm trying to establish here, what, if anything, you'll be giving up. Like if you left him, would it be a hardship for you? That's really what I'm trying to establish here. Because we don't want you leaving because of pride without planning first. Some exits take planning. Like you gotta you know, strategize your exit. You can't just up and go, depending on how much you tied into. It's $500 a month, 560. Mm. And if he stopped paying that, would you be able to handle that on your own? So, because what should we do with the people who haven't checked up on us during the corona, but now they want to hang out in June like nothing happened? What you should do is tell them to kiss your ass. What you should do is go to T-Mobile and change your goddamn number. What you should do is tell them keep that same energy. I didn't see you. I didn't see you for the past 2 months. I didn't hear from you for the past 2 months. You didn't come and do no toilet paper run for me for the past 2 months. So just continue with what you're doing. I've moved on. Just tell them real nicely. Listen, I'm in a different place now. I don't really have time to hang. Period. And leave it at that. I would not entertain anybody who has not checked up on me this whole damn time. No, ma'am. Not me. I was with someone 7 years. It busted up after we married. He thought he was all of that. During the Rona, he reached out and always bought my groceries voluntarily. Well, if you've been with him, I don't want to say groceries don't count, but if you're in a relationship with a dude for 5 years, do you get points for that? That's like him buying my light bulb blew in my bedroom. He buys me a replacement light bulb because my lamp bulb blew in my bedroom. So he gets a cookie for that. I don't understand, unless there's something you want to be in a serious relationship with somebody living separately for 5 years. To me, that's y'all will never really serious about each other. Otherwise, y'all would combine your incomes and bring it all together if y'all are together. Like it does. I don't get being somebody's girlfriend and being separate for them for any length of time over 2 years. Really, it does. Especially if your goal is to get married. It's because then that means that you kind of sort of really on your own. You still handling you still an independent contractor. Like you held in escrow and shit. Ain't nobody ain't nobody the house ain't sold, the money just held in escrow and shit. You like in limbo. No. Nah. That's what I did. Divorced, now waiting on my second marriage. Oh, you divorced? All right. Kiona said that's an arrangement. That's what it sounds like to me. That is an arrangement. How long is too long to wait? But wait before what? How long is too long to wait before what? That ring gets annoying after 2 if no marriage has happened. Yeah, they know. Like I said, men sort of know right away. It don't take 5 years to know. If any guy's with you 5 years and you're wanting to get married and they're not pulling the trigger, it's because they don't want you. They don't really want you like that. They don't want you. Because she asked him why he doesn't want to get married. I mean, I would ask. I would ask. Listen, I find generally I would think insisting for a guy to marry you as a bad sign. If you have to insist on it, if you have to beg him for it, that's usually not a good sign. Usually not. You got to do heavy campaigning and a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of heavy convincing and all that. It's just, that ain't my cup of tea right there. I asked, he said he doesn't believe in marriage. Oh, so did he not tell you this in the beginning of your relationship? Because men who don't believe in marriage, you usually kind of hint around to that in the beginning. Ones who are really against it, you pretty much, from what I see, they're pretty forward with that. Jay says, sounds like you're incompatible. It sounds like to me you were trying to convert him and it didn't work. And that happens too. You know, the guy will tell you I ain't into that, and you like, well, you're gonna love me, you're gonna fall in love with me. Once I put this on you, you're gonna change your mind, and then 5 years go by and you're still in the same boat. But if he ain't trying to lock it down and put a ring on it and claim it, he don't want it enough. He don't want it enough. Monroe said to leave. Yeah, you might need to cut your losses. You're gonna feel bad. You can feel jacked up because that's your little boo thing. That's your little boo thing. So you're gonna grieve and you allow yourself to grieve, right? And if you break up with him, he gonna be like, why are you breaking up a good thing? Why are you messing up? We've been together 5 years. What's a ring? What's a piece of paper? It don't mean anything. But if it means something to you, then it means something. Then it means something. And you have a right to say, you know what, I was 28 or whatever when I met you. Now I'm 32 and you're not trying to solidify nothing. I gotta hurry up and recoup, or try to recoup some of these years I lost and bag up something before I get before the wall topples over me. That's what you need to do. I don't believe in it. When men that talk about I don't believe in it stuff is that they want to, they don't want to lose. They don't want to be under any official obligation. Y'all together now, like you spit in each other's hand. You did a spit handshake. That's pretty much the basis of your relationship. David said, I'm checking on you, Sal, because what you need. David put a nice little gift in my Cash App. You could do that again, David. I need all kinds of stuff. I need a new camera. I'm trying to upgrade my camera so I can take really beautiful pictures of my artwork and stuff like that. So anything you got to contribute to my electronic funds. David's my virtue. I got 2 husbands, y'all. Do you think there's such thing as good men, as a good man say that they exist, but if you ask them, they are still with the girl a lot of times? So no, what's the point of having it? Well, people are flawed. And I know it's a hard concept to grasp, but people are flawed. And mostly everybody that you meet is a trauma victim. On some level, they've been traumatized. Traumatized through rejection, whether it be the mother didn't love them, or the person they love to death left them, or something. These things induce trauma. So I think we need to approach it in a way where we have some wiggle room for the imperfections. We have some wiggle room for the imperfections. I think you treat people like you would a child. Like if you have a child and you see them and you see you love them even though you see some flaws in them. Maybe Johnny don't know how to add 2 + 2, and you worried about, like, God damn, Johnny's a little slow, but you love Johnny. Johnny has other attributes. He's very loving to you. He's very attentive to you. Little Johnny will come and help you tie your shoelace and all kinds of stuff. But Johnny can't add or subtract, and I don't know. He has a little smell like Pigpen from goddamn, I don't know, Charlie Brown and shit. He always looked dirty like Pigpen from Charlie Brown. But you love everything about Johnny. You just accept the good and the bad. And you encourage the good parts of Johnny. You don't condemn him for the bad parts about him. And I think if we kind of sort of approach relationships in that way, like we do with our children, it will be a little better than trying to look for somebody ideal. It's because what would be good? Would be good doing everything that you ask? Because there are men who do that and they get mistreated. There are men now that will be willing to cater to your every need. And guess what you say? We don't have a connection. He pay your mortgage, your school loan, get you new tires, electrolysis on your chin if you need the shit. And you'll sit across, I just don't feel it for him. So there's that. We say that we want certain things, and when we get it, we want something else. Just like goddamn Littlefinger from the Game of Thrones said. People want things, and when they get it, they want something else. These are facts. These are facts. Keona said, where he at? You were supposed to holler at Mr. Right. I told you I could be your sister wife. Mr. Right is a good dude. I thought y'all was gonna make a connection offline. Damn, so it sounds just like me. When you do the squeaky voice, you know me well. Hey, I try. Hey, David. Hey, boo. How old is Mr. Right? I don't know. I'm just assuming, he might be 40. I really don't know. I can't tell by his avatar too much how old he is. David, are you single too? David, are you single? Are you cheating on me, David? Are you cheating on me? Okay, we'll check it out. Sub your channel. She told me that a year ago, before she passed, I don't know, I never really had the answer, but my grandmother was something else though. My granddad was in the military, but he seemed like a good man. Older people let you be you. They've acquired the wisdom over the years to just allow you to be you. Flaws and all. If you're mean to them, you don't want to come say hello today. Old people, they understand it. They're like, okay, you don't want to talk today, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. They don't see it as a military threat or question their value because you don't want to come and sit with them today. Older people, like good older people, gain tremendous understanding that you need what you need, and there's nothing wrong with what it is you need or even don't need at the time. If you don't want to be there for me right now, an older person with wisdom will allow that, and they'll still be there for you with the same energy, the same consistency when you decide to get off your temper tantrum or whatever it is. And I think that's kind of sort of what we got to adopt here. As long as the behavior is not physically harming to you, then you leave some wiggle room for a person just to be. We have a lot of demands. And when a person feels stifled and choked, that's when they get resentful. That's when they get really, really resentful. You don't want anyone to feel like they're stifled. You know? Let me scroll up here. He has 2 children still with the mother. That's his reason, though. A piece of paper could never prove my love. My aunts were livid. Ugh. Is it selfish not to want to take someone serious because you know they paying child support on 3 kids and you don't have any? Is it selfish not to take them seriously? Yeah. Now the next question is you being selfish wrong? No. No. If your goal is not to be a stepmother to 3 children, that's not what you're envisioning as a situation you want to tie yourself in, then no, it is selfish. You're thinking about yourself as you're supposed to. As you're supposed to. Just like men think about, when the first thing dudes ask you when they meet you, how many kids you got? Because he want to assess what the damage is. He want to assess how big of a bill you are. And whether he wants to pay to play or not. Whether he wants to pay the cost to enter or not. He's trying to evaluate that. That's the first thing they ask. But probably ask that before they ask your name. They ask your name and how many kids you got. So no, you ain't selfish. Yeah. And there is no proof that she hated her kids. She was a single woman asking the government for money. She did was express her frustration in a comical way. Why is it hatred for ugly people to want to date other ugly people? Wait a minute. Why is it hard for us ugly people to want to date other ugly people? That's the $24 million question. I don't know. Well, yes, I do, because we all, and I've said this before, we all want somebody better than ourselves, and that's our first mistake. That's our first problem right there, is the fact that we all want somebody better than who we are. So we usually chase people who we feel are better than us. And the problem with that is the people know it, and they treat us like they're better than us. And thus the merry-go-round and the cycle of verbal, physical, emotional abuse begins, because you're with somebody that you feel is better than you. You express that, you show that, they verify it, and they mirror back to you what you feel about them and yourself. I don't know why ugly girls don't go after ugly guys. I don't know. I don't know why ugly men don't go after ugly girls too. You have a more loving relationship. You won't have people taking you to the cleaners and scamming you and all that stuff like you dudes do. It wouldn't be no need for no MGTOW, red pill, none of that, if you just get women who like you. But y'all guys' problem is y'all chase women who don't like you. But there's ugly girls all over the place willing to fall on the sword for you. All over the place. Give me a shot. And we're not doing it. You as an ugly person should never be biased over looks. That should be the last criteria you have. Why? Because your whole life has been a read as to being misjudged or having your value quantified by your outer appearance instead of looking in your heart and looking at other virtues about yourself. You know what it's like to be misjudged and sidelined and benched and not considered. You know what it's like. So why would you do that to anybody else? Why would you do that to anybody else? I don't know. I know some chicks that, they just refuse. He has to look good. And I'm like, sis, he has to look good? He has to? What's that about? Have you looked in the mirror? What he has to be this and he has to be that and he has to be 6 feet tall and washboard abs and all that stuff, and you need a girdle to put on your jeans? He need abs and you need Spanx to get the jeans over your navel. Hello, houseway. What part of the game is that? Some of y'all chase every man you like. Don't like you. Every man you are attracted to feels like that you are beneath them. That's not a good look for a woman. Men can kind of sort of maneuver around that because they'll have money to compensate for little muzzle looking faces they have. If they got a crater face and look like a horse or whatever, they can compensate for that if they're in a certain tax bracket. They can compensate for a limp dick and a face that need to be rearranged if the money is right. You as a woman who is less than standard, you come in less than standard. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of money, degrees you have or whatever that kind of creates a buffer there for what's going on if you're chasing men who feel that you are beneath them. They are merciless. A man who feels that you are beneath them, he go, all right, I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna give you what you came here for and send your ass on your way. I'm gonna give you this moment and I'm gonna send your ass back to the bridge that you came from. Troll. So, I know y'all, a lot of y'all go, I can't, he gotta look a certain way. I can't get wet for somebody who don't look a certain way. Well, bitch, put powder, put some baby powder on your crotch and handle it. Handle it. Because a lot of y'all that have these preferences, and I ask, well, okay, what kind of results are you like this, and this? So what kind of result? Well, all they want to do is have sex. Word. That's it. Every dude you like only wants sex, and he tells you that. He don't just tell you that after dinner. He tells you that when y'all in front the grapefruits in the grocery store exchanging numbers. He told you that when he gave you his number. What can I come see you tonight? No foreplay. But that's your type. That's your type. We got to rethink some things. You got to rethink some things. Unless you're really, really cunning, because they have sisters now that can pull something better than them, but they are ruthless. They don't have a conscience. They're not thinking about you first. So there's a few sisters who have certifications in ugly. They certified ugly. They're not graded on the curve ugly. They passed that with flying colors. They certified ugly. and they can still pull what they pull. But there's a certain mindset for that. You gotta be psychopathic. You gotta be a psycho. And some people are. There's a lot of people that are psychopaths. So psychopathy and the psychopathic mind, they get what they want. They get what they want first. It sure thinks that don't build your own wall. That's the point. And stop with the go where it's celebrated phase, because it's confusing a lot of women into thinking they can get more than their pay grade. Oh, Lord. Rosemary said, y'all trying to get more than your pay grade. So stop. We already know most men we date don't like us. I mean, that's a word. That's a word. Turn to Corinthians chapter 5, verse 24 for the word. We already know most men we like don't like us. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 24 through 28. Okay? That's what it is. So we're not trying to swim upstream with this thing. We ain't trying to swim upstream. You've got to do too much prepping to convince there's already something wrong right there. And you gotta really be narrow-minded to keep up the charade, because it's a forever charade. It's gonna be a forever charade. You can't take off the costume at no time. Now you know how most men feel. How do most men feel? Rosemary said, put that in the book. You need to send that to my email, because I'll forget. I got so many things going on. Send the quote to my email with your first and last name. I'm going to put your quote in the book. Any of y'all got quotes? Over this time, we have fellowship together that you learn things from me and you rearranged it, and whatever. You got a commandment you want to add in the book? Send it to me with your first and last name, and I'm gonna add your quotes to the book. It doesn't matter how long it is. Send your thoughts. Send your thoughts. I'm serious now. info@theuglygirlsclub.com. I'm serious. I would love to get pictures and quotes, but if you just want your quote, you don't want to get found out. You don't want no trail with your picture on it, your mugshot on it. That's fine. That's fine, but I ain't scared. She does extra to make up for the fact that she's the breadwinner. Ain't it a shame? Why can't people just love who loves them? That'd be so simple. Loving who loves you makes life simpler. Makes it so simple. Take me as I am or leave me alone. Hey, that part. That part. So listen, y'all. I know it's a Saturday. Y'all gotta go make some squash casserole or something. I know I'm hungry. What's the scripture of 1 Corinthians? Rosemary, what's your quote again? We call it Rosemary quote 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 24 through 28. Can you repeat it for Nora? Nora need that scripture quote. Y'all come up with your quotes. Is it Sunday? Oh shit, I'm saying it's Saturday and it's Sunday. Lord have mercy. I didn't know what day of the week it was. I've been calling it Saturday this whole time. Totally lost. I know y'all gotta excuse me. I don't know the days of the week no more. Hit the like. Oh, I got 100 likes. Can I get 142 likes? Oh, you said your favorite quote is Corinthians 13? Oh, okay. Well, we rearranging some things. We got UGC quotes. We replacing we editing the Bible over here. We editing the Bible over here. Listen. Yes, y'all hit the like button. Give me some love. Give me some love. Tell these girls far and wide not to believe these hoes. The first thing you UGC got to do is stop believing these hoes. Stop believing these women. A woman is a woman just like you. She feels what you feel. She feels what you feel. That's it. Yes, please give me the likes. Love is patience. Love is kind and is not jealous. Love does not brag and is not arrogant, does not act unbecomingly. It does not seek its own, is not provoked. Really? Let me put on my Dave Chappelle face. Really? Add the Dave Chappelle on that. Word. All right. That's beautiful, though. That's beautiful. Can some of y'all do some Selkish review videos? It'll help. Yeah, that'd be good, too. So I got a white zaddy. Oh, Lord. Who keeps checking up on me but isn't moving us forward? Should I drop him and stop answering his texts? So you have a white zaddy. I mean, so how is he okay. I'm assuming when you say zaddy, it means that he's a sponsor, like a paid sponsor. Has he paid sponsorship money like Channel 13 and a sponsorship run? Does he sponsor you like that? Like he gives you dough? Because the call and check up on you and not moving forward. When you say move forward, are you saying moving forward to giving you money or moving forward to marrying you or or moving forward to dinner? Like what's the moving forward? You want to be a kept woman? You're not required to be in control of anything other than what you have total control over. The ugly girl's ambassador, Salkis Ray. That's right. That's right. The only thing you can control is yourself, really. You can edit your behavior to incite or inspire behavior modification in someone else. But the only person you can control is you. That's it. That is it. So, is you hungry? Yes, David, I'm hungry. Can you feed me, David? Can you feed me some squash casserole? And I want a tofu wrap with some coconut water. Will your book be digital or paper? It's going to be paper. I'm going to have a in your hand. Put it in your bag. Put it in your overnight bag, your retreat bag, your whole bag, whatever bag. Keona said, yes, David, be very generous with Selkis. David, be very generous with me. I need your help, David. So helpless. Psalms is my favorite verse from the Bible. Y'all got to come up with your own verses. I want y'all to come up with your own thoughts and make it a verse. Make it like a Bible verse. Yes, you're going to be able to put in your weekend bag, your overnight bag, your retreat bag, your whole bag, whatever bag you got. He doesn't even invest moving forward to dinner dates. He left the country before the virus, and I think he got blocked, locked out. Oh, thank you, Kiona, for your donation. So your little zaddy can't come back in the country. So so if he can't come back in, what you want him to like? How can he move forward when he trapped in the pandemic? When they got him locked out and he can't come back in. Maybe that's so you mean okay, so he's checking up on you, but he's not sending anything. Is that the problem? Because how can he have dinner with you if if he's not in the country? What is it that you want from him right now? Do you need financial assistance? I thought that's what Zaddies are for. I thought Zaddies were sponsors. Are you in love with him? Like you like him? Like you actually like him? Oh, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's in the house. Hey, Mr. Wright. But he doesn't make any effort to keep me interested. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Well, if you feel like he's not into you, then I usually say move on that assumption because it's probably true and leave it at that. Just don't answer his calls. You got to make him a little desperate. Let him wonder a little. Maybe he has to wonder a little bit. Maybe you are a little too thirsty, a little too anxious. You answer every phone call. He knows where you're at all times, and he's not he has no incentive to try harder than he does because he's making contact with you without having to earn your time. So I hope you ain't one of those that you on Zoom calls with no underwear on, showing him your genetic profile. Or you be on Zoom and Skype opening your legs, showing all your genealogy. Because if you're doing that on a hope and a prayer, that might be your problem too. That might be your problem too. Yes, everybody's in the building. Where y'all come from? I'm trying to get off this live. These white so-called zaddies have multiple women they are playing around with. I mean, that part. That part. I thought we weren't taking zaddies seriously. I thought they were just, so you get some new tires on your car and pay your note or something like that. It sounds like you in love with him. You in love with Zaddy? You in love with him? If he's ignoring you, that's a bad sign, though. I would say it's just don't answer the phone anymore. And if you're doing phone sex with him, or Zoom sex with him, or Skype sex with him, or OnlyFans sex with him, you need to stop that too. Stop showing him all your genealogies and your crotches, all your goddamn star constellations and genealogy, family tree all up in your crotch. You need to close your legs and stop all of that too. Silk is not even. I would never. I ignore his text for a day, but I feel bad. Well, why do you feel bad when he ain't doing nothing? I'm trying to think why y'all be feeling guilty about nothing. How are you guilty about not getting what you want? How you feel guilty about that? He is not giving you what you need. He's not giving you attention, no money, no nothing. And you feel guilty about cutting that off? I would like for y'all to feel guilty about not getting what you need. How about that? If you're going to I say feel guilty, but feel guilty about not getting what you need. Not about not pleasing him because, he, as you say, he ain't making no steps. So, because I was just about to say 2 providers. You got 2 providers? You got 2 sponsors? Ari did a goddamn Channel 13 sponsorship drive. She got 2 providers. She did a goddamn Jerry's Kids. A Jerry's Kids marathon and got two sponsors. But yeah, focus on your money and the advancements. Lavender, I was on a channel like that, and the leader was telling the followers to send the random call of photos via email. What do you mean, like naked photos? So y'all are being advised to send like burlesque, like provocative pics? Oh my God. See, this is what I'm saying. If you're gonna be a hoe now, you have to divide the line. You have to know what side of the line you're on. Some of you want relationships, and you're doing it by being a hoe. You can't want a solid relationship via hoedom. You got to either be a hoe or be a housewife that maybe you hoe after you be a housewife. Or some of you, maybe you could do that, but you got to draw a line. Don't be sending these dudes naked pictures and stuff. You don't want nobody to have no evidence of what you look like without your clothes on who ain't married to you. And even then, truth be told, even then, don't do it. Don't do it. Because all it takes is one argument, one legal separation, and he kikiing with some chick who deep throating them while they laughing at you butt naked. So there's that part. Look, there's that part. The ones with money go pay because they want you. I mean, that's it. That's it. You got to be intriguing out here. If he's not intrigued by you, something is going on. What I tell y'all can't be ugly and boring. You can't be ugly and boring too. That's what we call a double whammy. We don't do double whammies here. Your one cross to be, if you ugly, that's the only cross you should allow yourself to have. That's the only cross you got room for. So, because I'll be in Santa Barbara, California for a week in August visiting family. Let's have lunch. Oh, I won't be there, David. I'm actually in the works on exiting. I haven't mentioned it, but since you said that, I might as well say it. I might give y'all a tour, depending. But you know how I am. But I won't be here in August. Yeah, showing your genetic profile exactly. Don't show your DNA strands on goddamn Skype and OnlyFans. Stop showing your DNA strands out here. Abhor decisiveness, especially when you are giving reliable value to confuse mother suckers. Exactly. Selkis, why are you always running? I'm a Bedouin. I'm a gypsy. Didn't I tell y'all that before? I'm a gypsy, man, to my core. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for y'all. I hope this has been an enlightening experience for you. I hope you got nuggets of wisdom to add to your arsenal. I hope you are more hopeful, more encouraged now, more empowered now, or allowing yourself to be more empowered now than ever before after hearing all this sugary goodness that I have to give you. I don't spit fire, I spit sugar. This is sugary goodness over here. This is Nestle Quick Nestle Quick and Strawberry Quick mixed together. That's what all this is. Some sugar cane juice. That's what this is. Existing, you're leaving me in the side of the valley of death. If the white zaddy is too ugly, you can't do it. You can't do it if they're too. Yeah, that is a challenge. If the zaddy is, you know, because zaddies are already senior citizens, I think, right? Or maybe I'm not classifying right. Would zaddies be considered senior white men, or is zaddy the label for any white guy of any age group? Lavender said the ugly ones are the ones that pay. All right, we got professionals in the house. I don't know. We got professional zaddy connoisseurs in the house. Let them tell you. I don't know. I don't know. You like the sugar honey? Zaddy isn't race specific. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Gotcha. I've been schooled. I assumed Zaddy was non-black guys. So it's any man over 50. Got it. Okay. So basically you're talking about any man. Let's reclassify it. A zaddy is any man that you don't really want, but he pays the bills. Can we say that? Like a zaddy would not be your ideal choice, but he's a sponsor. Is that a fair assumption, a fair definition? The zaddy's like a sugar daddy. Okay. Why would a guy who's attracted to you want to be only your friend? Why would a guy who's attracted to you only want to be your friend? Because then he can fuck you without feeling emotionally responsible for you. Because if he's attracted to you, that means he wants to screw you, but he doesn't want the baggage that comes with that, maybe. That's probably what it is. Y'all, sorry I missed the last 5 minutes. My daughter's father just called and was getting on my nerves. Moving from Florida. Oh, which is ridiculous because where I'm moving to will be closer to him. So why is he harassing you? He's just nervous you coming to town. He's getting all excited. Because Omega's coming to town. Omega's coming. He hasn't screwed me. Lola said he hasn't screwed me yet. He said he wants me to meet his mom. So, I mean, so then what's the, okay. So your issue is that he hasn't tried to screw you. So you're feeling unattractive because he hasn't made a move on you. That's what you mean. See, it's a catch-22. See, this is why we get caught up. We want to be treated respectfully, right? There's that side of the coin. But then we want to be lusted after, and if we're not lusted after, then we think the guy isn't interested. So there's that part. So a lot of these men oblige us, and they know they have to make a move so that you can feel good about yourself. They have to at least try to have sex with you, so you don't feel badly about who you are. It's a mess. A mess. Listen, if he wants, you to meet his mom, then there's nothing wrong with that. If he's keeping it respectful and you're like, why doesn't he jump all over me? You said you're confused? I already told you what's going on. He's not making a move, and you think because he's not making a move on you sexually that he's not really attracted to you. He's not feeling you like that. When it could be just he's trying to be respectful. Why can't it be that? I mean, there's other factors that come in. Because usually the problem is when men are not aggressive sexually, we start thinking, well, something wrong. He got erectile dysfunction or some shit. He can't fuck, his dick small. He can't get it up or something, or he don't like, he's not attracted to me physically or something like that. That must be why he's not making a move. He's made a lot of moves, but I rejected him and he got mad. So then what is it? So I'm confused. Now I'm confused. Okay, so he has made moves. You rejected him and like, how did you reject him? And made moves how? Were you in the bed? Your Fruit of the Looms was kicked to the corner of the room. Your legs was open. He was about to do something, and you said, "Halt! Who goes there?" You told him, "Halt! Wait a minute. Halt! I'm not ready." Was it like that? Like, or did you say, "Get the fuck out of here"? Like, how did you reject him? Did you finesse the rejection or not? There's a way to finesse rejection where it doesn't have to be humiliating. Y'all have to learn the art of being coy and clever. You know? You always want to give hope. You don't want to give absolute answers to anything unless you're absolutely sure of what you got. Until you're absolutely sure of what is, you don't give absolute definite answers of anything. So, the way you shoot him down, you got to shoot him down and give him hope too. He kept trying to make out, and I was like, no, not yet. Oh, so how long have you known him? Is this like this is a new guy? One thing I don't like is when they force that making out stuff. When they try to insist to touch you, kiss you, that kind of thing. To me, it's a red flag. Listen, y'all know how I feel about body fluids, right? And you want to know, oh, it's been a month. You don't have to be necking them down or nothing like that a month in. You don't have to be doing that. You could give him a hug and he'd be okay with it. He has to be okay with a hug. If you are putting yourself in situations where y'all are in intimate settings and the wrong messages are and the wrong messages are coming about, then you have to fix that. If you're not ready for intimacy with him, then your environment has to be neutral. Everything you do has to be neutral. If you're dressing overly sexy and provocative, like if you're ready to do something, that's gonna send a mixed signal too. If you're in intimate settings, private settings where it's only the two of you and where something could definitely go down, then you're sending mixed messages. Because if it's only been a month, you're getting pressure to do that, which means he's kind of pressuring you to have sex. A month in, then the scenarios are not matching what you're paced to do. If you're only paced for platonic interaction, then you should be at a park somewhere, at a goddamn amusement park or something like that. I don't know. Maybe go on a date, one of them virtual reality things, so you can pretend like you're a stormtrooper or something like that in Star Wars, and have fun things where you're always around people, and it's never anything where the two of you are misconstruing that something intimate should go down, especially if it's only been a month. He has a lot of bodies, so it's expected he slept with 20 women. Um, So it sounds like you don't like him. It sounds like you're really uncomfortable. So then the question would be, why hang out with somebody who makes you that uncomfortable? If you're saying that he has 20 bodies on his hand, that's a concern for you. I'm assuming you're turned off by that also. So he doesn't have the moral pedigree that you're looking for either. Like I'm assuming you think he's a hoe. So you assume that he's a hoe. He's making a play for you. You feel offended by that, but you expect it because he has a lot of bodies. Ooh, I don't get it. I don't get it. It sounds like you're really uncomfortable though. She loves his money, but she don't want him. Yeah, it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like you're not really. It sounds like you don't like him. He's trying to be your friend to sleep with you. That's what Amanda says. I mean, anybody pressuring you to touch on you and that, all of that is like I said, they're pressuring you for sex. But these men don't do that. There's a reason why they do that. He feels that he can. There's something within your interaction with him that's alerting him to it being a possibility that he can even wear you down. Whether it be where you're meeting at, what kind of conversations you're engaging in. Listen, if you're not about any sexual activity, talking about sex should be avoided. That's how you mitigate that. But if you're talking on the phone for hours and hours about how you neck and chin and how much drool you can produce and all that shit, then you're sending a message that there's a possibility for it because you're open to it. If you're not ready for it, and I have said this in lives before, sex should be the last thing you talk about anyway. A month in, there shouldn't even be no conversations about that. You should be able to talk about other things. You should be able to. So if the way to mitigate all of that being pressured sexually is to avoid even the topic, avoid even indulging in the topic altogether. When they talk about intimacy and what you like, just go, oh no, that right there is I don't have any thoughts on that right now. You tell them that is the furthest thing from my mind right now. I'm trying to finish this double cheeseburger right here. And just, change the subject. Don't even entertain that. Because if you don't entertain that, there's nowhere for him to go with that. Because then he'll be a bona fide creep. If you're not sending no signals that you're sexually responsive or ready for that, or even curious about having sex with him, then for him to introduce that and play with you and make demands on that, it makes him look like a goddamn rapist. And that's what it is. So I would say there's something you're presenting that's not in alignment with what you're ready for, and you have to correct that. You have to correct that. All right, so spending time with men give them ideas. Men will always have ideas. You block it. You block the play. You block the play. You block it. A lot of y'all be kissing, allowing them to kiss on you and all that stuff, and you don't even know him. You don't even know him. You said we do cuddle a lot. And what has warranted all this what does he do for all this touch? All this body contact? Because cuddling means he's touching your chest, it's chest to chest and all that. It's cuddling is intimate. And if you're doing that a lot, Somebody said move on. Yeah, you don't want anybody who's sexually suggestive. But again, you got to take some responsibility for how you're marketing yourself. If I'm on a first date, I'm just listening. I'm getting to know you by hearing your stories, hearing what you do and all that. It's no big deal. If I'm on the second date, I'm still listening. We're sharing life experiences together. We're keeping it very, very general for a while, like real general. And that's what you got to do. It ain't about being touchy and feely till I know what I'm working with, till I know if I like you or not. Being attracted to you and liking you, you need to differentiate the two. You can be attracted to somebody, but liking you means that you know them as a person. I can like how you look and not know you as a person. I need to know you as a person. That's what you're waiting on. He said I have too many mixed signals. Bingo, that's what I'm telling you. What you say you want and what you're doing are not congruent. That's just what I said. That's just what I just said. You have to get congruent, my dear. Don't play them kind of games. Don't be a tease. Listen, y'all, being a tease is played out. Stop being a tease. You can be exciting without sending mixed signals. You can be exciting. David, ain't I excited? Where David at? David, don't I excite you, David? Don't I excite you? I actually read a situation so wrong. My friend took me and my kids' friends out routinely, paid for school and art supplies, helped me set up my business, bought me a phone. I thought he wanted sex. So what did he want? He was just helping you? Let me scroll up. The girl in my comment says she tries to say no, but the guys don't let her. I said, so you're dating rapists? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Y'all got to learn how to finesse this thing. Men can sense when you're intimidated and you're unsure. They try to move in if they get a little, if they get an inch, if they take an inch and they get the inch, they'll take the mile. That's just how it goes. They test it out. If he's touchy and feely, like I said before, you're supposed to take if his arms like this, you're supposed to take it like this. You go. You know where your hand is supposed to be, like right there. That's how you do that. Your hand's not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be right here. Simple. Redirect the shit. And you would do that with a smile. You redirect with a smile and mean it. And if he's turned off, bye. Because the chances are to do fucking somebody else anyway. So he ain't that pressed. If he get blue balls, he could call somebody else after he drop you off. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. So, yes, he just wanted to help. He had a girlfriend most of the 2 years I knew him, but he never told me. Oh, wow. Well, there's some people, there's some men that will assist you. I know a few men that have come through without asking them for anything, and they just wanted to give. I meet men like that all the time, and whether they give because they're attracted or what, it doesn't matter. But nothing else comes out of it other than a thank you for your assistance, and they're fine with that. There isn't any ulterior motive or anything like that. So you have men that will come through and assist you if they respect you enough and see what you're doing. They want to invest in you. You'll find men who are like that. A lot of y'all will get men who want to invest, and you be ready to negotiate some ass without him even asking for it, because you feel like you're obligated to return the favor. You're not obligated to return no favor. A gift is a gift. A date is a gift. Hello. A date is it's not you having to reciprocate anything. A date is a gift. Y'all getting this shit twisted. Need a man like that. I say thank you a lot. So yeah, don't read anything into things. Try not to read. Listen, if you're gonna read something and it ends with you thinking you're obligated to do things that you don't want to do, just throw it out. Just go, oh, I think I might have to suck them off. Bish, throw it out. Throw it out and next to shit. No, you're not. You're not obligated. You're not obligated. I am one of those generous guys. Wisdom, you ain't generous. I'm still waiting on your gift. How about that? I'm still waiting for you to figure out a way to run me that. Still waiting on that. You think I forgot? Nope. I haven't. You got to redeem yourself. All that flattery and stuff, I ain't forgot, you know. I ain't forgot the promise you made that you have not delivered on yet. Okay? Selkish, you're intoxicated. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm putting you out there because you went on and said you're generous. So I had to let you know that I know the truth. And you got to redeem yourself. That's all I'm saying. So listen, y'all, on that note, I have to go. Everyone donate $5. All donations are appreciated if you can. This work is my life's work here. I done talked to y'all for almost 3 hours straight. So this is work. It's a labor of love. I'm trying to save souls. I'm trying to save y'all from getting into situations that you will regret for the rest of your life. And it takes work to do. It takes work to do. So listen, with that said, if any of y'all have the testimonials that you want to be included, you want an excerpt of your words on how this club has changed your life, or just, like life lessons you want to share with women who will be reading this book, and you want to add your picture and everything to that, please send it to info@theuglygirlsclub.com. I would love to have you a part of it if you want to. There is no pressure. I know there's very few of y'all that are really, really down with this thing. If you want to, send a quote, send a picture and a quote, and let's do this. Let's show the world what, how elite we are, how bossy we are. There's women that are trying to slit their throats right now, who, if they heard what I said, they would feel different about themselves. And y'all need to help me get this thing out. Y'all need to help me get this thing out. I'm just saying. You working on your story, Amanda? Good. I'm waiting on your email. Kiona, you sending your pitch? Great, Kiona. Send your picture and send your statement, what you want to share, so we can include that in there. This philosophy is the truth. Yes, UGC for life. For life. Please do that. Please do that. All right. So become a member of the site, theuglygirlsclub.com. Become a member of my art site, iloveherart.com. Right? Those are the two sites. I lost my other site, my other blog site, selkisray.com. I had developer do some stuff on there, and I tried to go back in there and do some stuff and deleted my site, my whole goddamn blog by accident. And now it's down for good. So, which is, I cried a little bit, but it's a good thing. I'm just consolidating. It was a sign to consolidate my energy. So it is what it is. So those are the two places to find me. And yeah, that's it, y'all. Keon said for David to send a donation. You said you'd be down for that, Trinity? All right. Is it corny to say that beauty comes from being healthy? Is that an ugly girl philosophy? That's exactly an ugly girl philosophy. We put health first. Health is beauty. I've always said that on this channel. You want beauty. You want to look like you're healthy. Let that be the goal. And I really think a reason why a lot of us don't present as well as we could is because we're not healthy. It's not that we got a dog face necessarily. It's because we're broken inside. We're broken emotionally, and we're not well. We got to get well so we can feel good about ourselves. We got to be well so we can feel good about ourselves. No matter what anybody thinks, whether it's you're pretty or not. Listen, ugly girls, it don't matter either way. Even if you decide, some of y'all might level up and get to an 8 or a 9. Even then, still keep these facts under your belt, because people are wishy-washy out here. They will use you out here because you assume that they think about you the way that you do, and they will use that to their advantage. Don't ever assume that anybody thinks about you the way that you do. Don't ever do that. David said he gonna meet me in the Cash App. Thank you, David. Thank you, boo. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace and love. Bye.